Mixtapes and DVDs is my era.
Facts.
We did it better.
Yep.
Pelly leathers,
Facts.
ACG boots. We 80s babies and early 90s when it got grimy. I was out of this world, you could not find me unless you checked the lobby. Hustling was my hobby. We was lobby boys before Jim Jones. You could catch me at Harlem eating Jimbos.
What's good, Mike?
Yo, we tired of the tight pants.
Keep it joint, bud. Jesus? Saves.
Now, Mike Beck was a Brooklyn rapper from East New York. Beck would be introduced to Fat Joe by mutual friends and begin to work with him on music and go on tour with Joe while he was promoting the Terror Squad True Story album. Now, while Pistol Pete was locked up, him and Mike would speak on the phone through a mutual friend as well, and they would create a bond with each other. So when Pistol Pete came home, Beck would pick him up from the halfway house, and the two would vibe and decided to rep KAR, Kill All Rats, as a movement.
And he had the idea of KAR. So I felt the KAR, basically the decision was up to me.
Now Mike Beck would be on several mixtapes and DVDs in the DVD era like Sub-Zero DVD and on several hip-hop blog sites as well, from ForbesDVD.com, WorldStarHipHop.com, and Hip Hop Beef, just to name a few. And Beck would even put out his own mixtapes for Corner the Market and Money in My Pocket. Now, during the whole Fat Joe and G-Unit beef, Beck, along with his KAR members, would take shots at G-Unit on Fat Joe's remix to 300 Brawlic. Now, the remix to 300 Brawlic would be featured on KAR's This Mixtape to G-Unit. Mike will also be part of KAR's album presented by Fat Joe and Pistol Pete, which featured artists such as Jadakiss, Sean Kingston, Hell Rell, Sheik Luch, Ace Hood, and the list goes on. Mike Beck will also work with artists such as Rock from Helter Skelter, Busta Rhymes, DJ Khaled, Lazy Bone, Head Ice, Nori, Raekwon, and Tony Sunshine, just to name a few. Now, Beck was definitely working hard and staying on the grind, but he would eventually fall out with KAR and Pistol Pete and begin to rep his own brand, Heavy Bank.
We did our thing with the Kill All Rat situation, and they wasn't in my best interest, so I had to branch off from that.
Now, shortly after Mike left KAR and began his grind under his Heavy Bank brand, Mike Beck would be killed in a botched robbery in East New York, Brooklyn, October 30th, 2009. Now, I'm going to get into an article from Vibe magazine, and it dates back to Halloween 2009, and it's talking about the death of Mike Beck. Mike Beck, a member of Fat Joe's KAR collective, has reportedly been killed. While details are still sketchy, word is New York rapper was gunned down in Brooklyn late last night, October 30th, in a botched robbery attempt. Death was confirmed by fellow rapper Nori, who posted a message on his Twitter page. Rest in peace, he was a real dude, Mike Beck. Did records for him and ate in my crib and drank too after my weekend, R.I.P. Nori tweeted. Rest in peace, Mike Beck. Our running challenge is now dedicated to his memory, he later added. More of his peers also sent their condolences via Twitter, including Fat Joe, Cool and Dre, DJ Khaled, and Raekwon. Beck was an up-and-coming rapper born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. At age 17, he was incarcerated for 5 years. When released, his good friend Bill Blass, who also passed, was manager Rakim and encouraged him to take music seriously. On his grind, Beck began making guest appearances on official albums from Fat Joe, Greg Street, and he has appeared on countless mixtapes over the years. He was also set to appear heavily on the Koch Records compilation Joey Crack and Pistol Pete presents KAR. Stay tuned as this story develops. Now, after Mike passed, Littles and Maynard would throw a benefit show for Mike Beck, and they'll have artists such as Saigon, Hell Rell, Uncle Murder, Graph, and Cadillac Ty perform. Now, all the money that was raised for this show was actually raised to send Mike Beck's son, who was 10 at the time, through college. So that was dope. Shout out to Mano and everybody involved with this show. It definitely was a dope situation. Now, one thing I want to clear up, Mike Beck said in an interview he did, even though he dissed G-Unit, it wasn't nothing personal, and he was just riding for the team he was down with at the time.
Ain't that personal with 50 or Yayo or Banks, it's all good. Spoke to Yayo on the phone not too long ago.
Now, I want to say a lot of people rock with Mike Beck. A lot of the street rappers, a lot of the street dudes rocked with Mike Beck. You get what I'm saying? And his catalog was crazy. His resume was crazy. Like, he worked with DJ Khaled, Fat Joe, Nori, Lazy Bone. Like, it's people that been in the game for years that don't got the kind of resume he had. But I just wanted to shed some light on Mike Beck and show him some respect, know what I mean? Now I got a small disclaimer. When I originally dropped this video, some people reached out to me that know Mike Beck and said he wasn't killed in a botched robbery. But over here at dvderatv, we only like to report stuff that's public information. So if the newspaper's saying it's a botched robbery, that's how we gonna give it to you. Now supposedly this whole concert they threw and they was giving the money to his son so he could go to college. I heard that his son never got the money. I don't know how true it is, but if you know, you know. Jump in the comment section and let me know what's up. Now, Shyne is a rapper born in Belize but would move to Brooklyn at a young age. Shyne rapped for a guy named Austin in a barbershop in Flatbush after getting his hair cut. Austin was impressed with Shyne rhymes, so he took him to Don Pool.
I rapped for Austin, right at the barbershop. He was like, oh my goodness. Then he took me to Don Pool,
who was the manager of Foxy Brown at the time. Now, while shopping for a deal, Shyne see Diddy at a Sony Christmas party where he had rapped for Puff. Now, even though other labels was interested in signing Shyne signed to Bad Boy Records.
I saw Puff at the Sony Christmas party, and I was like, man, I'm the greatest thing you ever gonna hear.
Shyne be featured on May's second album, Double Up, Total Sitting at Home remix, and Puff Forever album on a song called Reverse, which featured G-Dep, Busta Rhymes, CeeLo, Source Money, and Redman. Now, once Shyne was introduced to the world, he'll be quickly compared to Biggie from his heavy voice, tone, flow, and delivery. By May 2000, Shyne dropped his Bad Boy single and dropped his debut album for Shyne, which also features singles like That's Gangsta and Bonnie and Shyne. Now, before Shyne could put out his sophomore album, he'll face legal issues stemming from his involvement in a club shooting December 27th, 1999, which he'll eventually be sentenced to 10 years in prison for. Now, before Shyne could release his gold self-titled album for Shyne, before Shyne put out his hit singles for Bad Boys and Bonnie and Shyne, before Shyne spent 10 years in prison, Shyne found himself in some trouble that he might not made it out of. Now, supposedly in Shyne's teenage years, he'll be heavy in the streets and he'll get in a fight with another kid. Now, this kid will shoot Shyne in his right shoulder, leaving him with a 6-inch scar. Now, Shyne will only be 15 years old when he was shot, and it's also said that he may have been shot with a shotgun. Now, with Shyne being shot at 15, it made his mother depressed. So basically, Shyne promised his moms he was going to change his life around.
So when I got shot, I said, listen, you know, Mom, I promise I'm stay alive for you. I won't get myself killed. I won't kill anyone.
So Shyne basically stay in the house listening to music and making music and writing raps. And after Shyne changed his life around, a few years later, he'll graduate from high school and get a job as a messenger. Now, this job as a messenger actually gave him the courage to go hard with his music career, and it gave him the drive he needed to make it in the music industry. But anyway, if you're a fan of these old hip-hop stories, tell a friend and tell a friend about my page. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. More content coming, and I'm out. 1.